Yolan here. Today we're back from this video. I'm going to play 2 table of Russian cash. Be a long video. So let's dive into the action. I'm gonna check with 10-7 and we'll start the video with an extremely weird move could have done. Because I'm gonna check on the turn and the bet on the turn. The main range of bet is 10x. And if I jam, okay, so the bet I jam, so I'm not going to fold 10x. So I can play against 10x and I have the redraw. So that's a cool move. And theoretically, if we are two players, it's something that solver is going to do. I'm gonna bet one blind here. I think the only hands I have is king x, 8-6 now. So probably needs to bet really small. Yeah, could call by king x. They're not going to bluff when I check, so you need to value bet. I need to value bet this hand, so really small. I'm going to answer to some questions also you asked me in the video, so I'll not do too much cuts. So let's dive into the action. I'm going to open 8-7. Usually it's a fold, but in fact we have a weak players in the big blind. I decided to open, and if it's 5x, I'm unfolding this hand. Now facing a free bet, it's gonna call fold for fine. 9-8 I open against recreational players. Of course, if it's a reg, I'm folding. It's important to have dynamic ranges and not like follow them strictly all the time. I'm gonna call again on turn. I think I have the best hand all the time when he snap check the river. I'm gonna bet really small. Try to value bet like a 7 or something. 8-7 against the big bets. I'm gonna fold here. This is a fold because the jack is not to clean out, so your end is close to a gut shot. You can call this, especially against big bets. It's not a bad sizing, but I don't think this sizing against the pool is really the best, to be honest. I think I can just one per range. This is fine. Ace-9 off. We open. This guy call. I'm gonna check on this flop. We can bet also. When he check extremely fast, I don't think he has a 7, so I'm just going to bet one blind and can value the ends that are going to call and fold, and I can deny ends like king jack, jack 10, queen jack, because this type of hands when they snap check the turn, I don't expect them to give me any money on the river. So if I can deny his equity, that's pretty cool. I don't expect them when they check as fast to don't have straight basically. So I'm gonna transform my hand into a bluff. So on the turn just deny, and when he check call, I can bluff my SI. That's pretty cool line. Pocket first against a free bet. I'm gonna fold. Nice 10 here. I'm gonna call. I think this guy knows me, so probably not a great idea to squeeze with this hand. Okay, I'm not gonna bet this one on the turn. I think he plays better to check. Bet big. We're gonna raise here. I think flushes is not going to check as fast. Look at Jackson going to call 4-bet here. Yeah, I don't think flushes check as fast, so. And even if he has some flushes, he will have ends like jacks, king, queen, ace, king, is just to check flops, and these hands are tough to play against the regs. Jack 10 here on 10, 6-6. You can bet, you can check also. I like to check these spots because they probe too much the turn, the gut shots region and stuff. He snap check. This is really weak. I'm gonna bet really small to deny high equity hands, like king queen for example. And when he called my sizing, I'm ahead. I think I'm just going to bet out, but like if I bet big, I don't represent that much hands, so I like to depolarize in the spots. But when you depolarize, or don't call. So I just prefer to bet 3 here and get called by 3-4 or something like this. 10-9. Interesting. He didn't raise the turns. It's quite weak. I mean, it's a fine check call, but the fact that he didn't think about it. But still, Jack 7, I'm gonna check. Needs to play close to range bet. Can have the small, the half, even 2/3, even pot is fine. Even overbet's fine. Can use every sizing. And facing small, this one is mainly a call, I would say. You raise those hands. Ace jack, I 3-bet, board is 5, reduce. I think I'm gonna check these boards. Prefer to check against the pool. And now in the 7, theory you probably have block 3/4. Maybe you don't have that many blocks. Yeah, you have blocks 3/4 and overbet. I'm gonna bet 3/4 with this thing. I was gonna call an ace always. Ace jack on the turn. I'm gonna check again. I don't think they check enough strong hands on the flop. So once they bet, I can raise, and once they check, I can jam. Now the only problem is ace queen. He plays super often in this line. I think I'm just going to bet 3. That's really tough, actually. If he bets pocket pairs often, I like beat his hands, or it's either ace queen. So I think I'm gonna jam if he bets. Yeah, I think I don't need to bet this on the river. I'm thinking about alternative options like betting 15% pot, but I don't see any interest to do that. I think Jack just needs to check on the river. And what's great about the check is when you check jam in the spot when he has ace queens, it's really complicated for him to call. Even if I think people will still call, so probably not a super good spots to bluff. And in general, when you're not sure about you, I advise you to not bluff. I'm gonna use the big bet, small check strat. This is the theoretical strategy. I'm gonna bet big with ace 9. You use overbets small here. If the bar is a flush draw, you don't choose small that much. Jack 9, always a bet in theory. This is where you can play them as big or small or check. If you run with the complex tree and GTO wizard, you will see that you can use a lot of sizing here. 9 on the turn, and I'm going to bet again here. That's not that plus EV, but I think it's better than check in this spot. Jack 9 on the turn, I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna bet too big. I'm gonna bet and bet. It's really tough for him to call twice. And my hands has great unblockers property, like I'm blocking the call fold region and the fold region also. He raise, I'm gonna fold. I think it's queen 10 all the time. Like he has literally all the queen 10. He has all the 10-7, and I don't see them betting enough, raising enough 9-10 jack 10 this pool, so I'm folding 2 pairs on the turn. Queen jack suited, I'm going to free bet this one. It should be a fold. I can put so much pressure at this deep stack depth. Yeah, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna call. No, I'm gonna call. I think calling is plus TV against the pool, because when you don't play 100 deeps, people tend to fall more, especially on this stake. So I'm going to call more than 30. This sizing is really strong. Can I raise this? I'm gonna call. Raising is fine also. Probably better to raise when there's the ace of diamond, so he doesn't have ace king of diamond and some ace 5 of diamond. Yeah, this one I think play better as a call, because I can call the turn and fold the river. Now when the flush came in, I'll have like king jack, king queen of spade in my passive region, so I don't think they fall. They have no bluff when they do this. I'm gonna call. I can't even think about folding. It sounds crazy, but this sizing represents really strong, because I believe ace king size bigger, so I might even be draw dead. I'm gonna call. Oh geez. We'll see if I was right. Ace king, I call against the pot on the flop. You can have a lot of ornaments. On the turns, probably more fold. Jeez. If he jumps, actually fold. He's not jamming less. The worst stance here. That's sick. So if I fold here, it's a fold on the turn, of course. I'm gonna fold. Jeez. No, he doesn't fold. I really think I'm beat here. I don't like with the call. But still I have the intuition I need to fold on the turn. I need to ask him what he had. Who was him? D Camo. I was going to ask him. King Queen against a check. I'm not gonna bet here. Where is he? Yeah, that's tough. I think I need to fold the turn, because he doesn't have enough like King Jack, King Queen play this way. And I think the sizing is just aces. Fold the turn. That's crazy. Like we flop a flush draw on this. I think it's really a fold. On the river it's 100% a fold, but I think on the turn it's even a fold. 7 against Nevir. I'm gonna bet small. It's tough for them to raise enough this type of plots. That's crazy. Okay, he call. I'm gonna bluff lower pocket pairs. Like you prefer to bluff 5, 6. I mean 7 should be fine too. I need to bluff sometime without spades, so you can bluff spades run out. Otherwise you're under bluffing. And it's not bad to under bluff sometimes, but this spot is overfold, so you should bet this bluff on the turn. And on the river, I'm gonna bet really small. I'm gonna bet 1.5, 1.2. I'm just targeting against like ace queen, ace jack without spade with this size. Ace 9 also. Yeah, I'm not targeting any spades, so I'm fine with my size. It's super tough for them to call the naked region. They don't have that many bluff in my passive region. He knows me also, so yep. I like my line. I like the follow with King Jack. King Jack, I think it's a really good fold. In general, when you tank a lot, I'd rather you to fold more. In the sense of something I explained in my Discord. So when you play spots in poker and you call the river, for example, you have a lot of spots possible when you call the river. Like you can call the river when he 4-bet, you can call the river when he 3-bet, when he just check bet in single spot. And all these spots are in the set of spots where you can call the river. And in this set, there are some subsets of spots that are plus EV, some of them not plus EV. And when you play spots, you estimate your EV by thinking that your end can be plus EV or less EV. So it can be in a subset of spots that are plus EV, or a subset of spots that are minus EV. And as more as you tank, and as more it becomes a high chance that you are in a minus EV scenarios. Because if it was really plus EV, you would have called before. Not all the time, but most often. So when you tank and it's close, there are more chances that it's the minus EV subset than plus EV subsets. That's why I'm folding more. Is if I come toward the 5-6 seconds time bank, I'm folding because I don't think I can take a rational great decision within 5 seconds of my time. So I'll take the most conservative option. And if I tank so much in the bluff catching spots, the most conservative option will be the fold for me. So I have a process not to do any random call at the last seconds. Queens, probably gonna call this. No, I'm gonna min raise. You have the best hand here. H9 or something, I guess. 9-7. Okay, interesting. I can probably raise bigger. I don't have enough time to think about it. Just take a sizing that I thought was great. 5-6 should be defend against weaks. So mix 10-6 can call 3 bets. Prefer the lower 10x region to raise. 6-5 I'm gonna check. When he c-bet, I should play 2 raise size, but the main size is the bigger one. It's better to use 5-3 suited, 5-4 suited, but 6-5 is fine. And I'm gonna raise really big. 10-6 here against one blind. I really like this sizing to call. I don't think it's that strong, but I like it. I'm gonna check here. I don't think I have enough for liquidity. 10 plus figure. I think he has a jack or an ace too much. 6-5 on the ace. I'm gonna bet with only a polar sizing here and 6 sizing the check fold region. I'm fine betting, but I prefer ends like 5-3, 5-4, 2-4. If I call this pre-flop, this type of hand, I'm gonna fold 10-6. Okay, and now I'm gonna jam because I have a region of 5x that aims here. That comes here that can jump. The sizing is probably not jump in theory, but I'm gonna overbet things a bit better. And bluffs come from the 2-4, 2-3 region, 6 deuce that you give up. Or you can have like 6-3, 6-4, so I'll bluff this region. And if he jumps, oh geez, also not be a super spot. I think if you just want to get call, you can do 3/4. Against great players, I like to size close to what GTO tell me to do. By the way, a lot of you ask me, should I learn GTO in order to improve, or should I not? Because a lot of people are saying it's not important. I'm going to open jack 8, it's a bit close. It's fine. This is natural. Like you learn a game, you want to be good at the game, just know the basis and the theory behind. Imagine you just go in mathematics and you say, no, I'm not going to learn theory, I'm just going to practice. Good luck. And that's in all disciplines. I don't know why in poker specifically we have this debate, like it's just really important. Gonna bet really big here. It's funny because I like my sizing, but they don't call. Like I overbets all the time, they fall all the time. This is really crazy. But I think his range is quite inelastic to my size when he check call the turn. Yeah, I probably just better to do small sizing value all the time. The spots where they call more the overbet are so rare. That's what I tend to do when I play in videos. I play these stacks in videos. King Jack here. I'm going to bet really small. I'm gonna bet like 1.1. It's snap call, interesting. I have the best hand close to all the time, so probably better to bet here. I'm gonna bet 3/4. If you raise, it's super easy fold. Just going to offsets. Yeah, I'm just never going to call this. Like you with nothing, you have no equity toward the value region. And what do you think he has? He has 7s or his jack. He can have pocket 5 and like 5-6, but I think he tends to call in stakes. I'm never going to call King Jack. There's probably even a fold in theory. Ace 8 suited. If he bets often. I mean, that's not the real stats, but I'm going to 4-bet here. Okay, of course. I should just 4-bet less because if you bet fast. Pocket 5 I'm going to open. Okay, about this Queen 8-9. I'm going to have some checks here. I'm gonna bet half pot with this hand. I can bluff my hands in a lot of rounds. Like if a 10 or a jack comes, typically this type of hands that you like to take into a bluff. Because you unblock the call for region and you have 2 outs against like 2 pairs and stuff. Ace just suited here. I'm gonna call this. Ace 5, Ace 4 better on your free bet. Ace juice of hearts. Gonna call. I don't mind raising Ace juice. I prefer the suited one. Gonna call this one. Okay, I can't bluff. I too many bluff in impressive region. Yeah, he doesn't have that many 8s, 9s, 7s. She bets these hands in the smaller siding on the flop. I'm gonna check. I don't like the snap check bets. I'm gonna fold if he bets. Yeah, this isn't this type of hands. This is a way to lose pre-flop. Need to free bet king queen off. Was it him? I think so. Need to click on his profile. Yeah, it's him. I'm gonna ask. Oh, wait, I'm gonna call this. Yeah, I mean, he can tell me something that's probably not going to. I think I show Queen Jack of diamond. I think he bluffs. He's going to show me. I like to do that. Like I show extremely fast my hand. And in general, when the bluffs are proud and just show it. 6 is not the best, but he has a lot of folds. I'm gonna bet big here, even if it's not the theoretical option here. And 4x region bets often on the flop, like ace 4, 5, 4, 4s. So I'm going to bet big and jump. Ace, ace. I believe him. I really believe him. It's the end that makes the most sense. It's actually fall on the turn. I didn't think about it. But this is so sick, like you have a combo draw and you follow the turn. I'm not ready to do that in the morning. I really believe he has this, and I believe it should follow the turn. Ace suited here, I'm going to call. King 6 suited, I'm going to 3-bet here. A bit loose, that's fine. Yeah, a bit loose. But in stakes where it's all like slightly not for bet enough, I like it. I'm going to bet smaller with deuce here. You can bet bigger also on this flop. King 6, I don't play with checks now. I only have really small bets. If you run these spots in GTO Wizard, you will see you have a lot of small bets like this. Makes sense. Well, if you present nothing, I'm gonna re-raise it with deuce here. He reps nothing, jeez. But he's so tight. He represents nothing. I'm gonna fold. We have nothing, so I prefer to fold. And he fold against the re-raise. You can play with this size when you have like small a6, for example. I don't think you have any interest to check with any ace, because when you have like jack 10, quite happy to bet. When you have an ace, probably not going to bet enough when you check. So yeah, I like it. I'll show the sim in post-prod maybe. 10-8, lose 3 bets. Not gonna take it, but flat might be fine with the rake in the big blind. It's a bit loose. I'm gonna do it. If it opens, if he opens 2.2, 2.5, not going to do anything. I feel this end is fine when there is a fish in the big blind. Maybe a bit loose, but that's okay. 10-8. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet here. Really tough for them to call enough. He call. Not this type of bluff. The clubs. I'm gonna bet the turn again. Every diamond, excuse me. I think when he's so fast, he has too many folds. 6-5. I'm gonna call. Yeah, it's a fold against all sizing. Maybe you can call against 10%. Yeah, of course. When I say 10%, he's doing a 10% pot. No, I don't even think this is a plus we call. I'm gonna call, but probably not the best. And the 10% are not 10% checks super often. It can happen someone else. Yeah, probably a fold. Too greedy as a call. Ace jack, I'm going to bet 1/3. Can play with bigger sizings here in this spot. Okay, interesting. I'm going to call here. Ace jack, I'm gonna bet the turn. Okay, maybe bluffing this. Yeah, I'm gonna bluff this. It's fine blocking spade in. Now 10-9 is counterfeit, so I think it's a good jam. Default. And now easy fold. I'm gonna say show for YouTube. Like I'm making a big fold, but I'm just folding 6i. Fold. Yeah. Your head, GG. King queen. You can take the big sizing with second pair in these spots. I'm gonna take king queen in the big size in the next move. I'm gonna bet a lot. So. You bet super often on this flop, and you don't always have the big size, but you know, it's fine. Ace king, going to bet really small, let him call with random hands. I check the turn and snap call the river, and you run out. He check. I think I lost now, but I'm not going to bluff the 10 here. Because he's bluffing less all the time, this guy, so when I check, I lose. Yeah, I think he's just going to bet smaller with value wins, but sometimes not the case, and it's tough for him to find a bluff. He needs to bluff a lot of pocket pairs. Ace 5 off, you need to 3-bet. When you play deeper, you 3-bet less this type of hands, but that's fine. Okay, what is king, queen 3? You can play this as big or small bet, both options are fine. I'm gonna play this with the classic small bet into bet on the turn, into bet on the river, depending on the run. But sometimes you might think you have spade and it's not that great, but here in these spots, I block ace 10 of spades, and I'll just unlock ace 9 and 5s. I mean, I'll also unlock the other ace 6 suited, but that's not that bad because you block some calls. I'm gonna bluff the turn here for a big size. I can even bet bigger, because if I bet bigger, she's raising ace 10 all the time. You can raise even 2 pairs, so the only ends that still here are the king 10, queen 10, jack 10, this type of region. I like the bet. And when you 3-bet this type of hands, it actually allows you to have bluffs on this type of hand. Because if a spade come, if I only 3-bet the strong region and merge, I will not find this type of bluffs. It allows you to have enough bluff in a lot of spots. And the goal is not to be balanced, but if a bluff is good to bluff, then you should take this type of hand. 9-8 here. Do I have fold equity? Like here, if I only have ace king, all slow play, so probably not better to bet. I mean, if I bet 3 and he call, probably yes, but now he just has ace king, ace queen, and this fold ace king, ace queen. I think yes. I'm gonna jump. Let's see what he does. I think he can call ace king in this spot, but I'm fine. In general, I fold all the time. The problem I saw recently is just on my nicknames, it's a complete random call sometimes. So I can bluff less. But in general, if you don't know the guy and he doesn't really know you, you can just jam the fold. That's fine. I wanna call against 3.5. It's not really a good size. I mean, it depends for what reason you're doing it. If it's his standard size, it's a call. If it's not, it's the fold. Yeah, this is quite close actually. I have too many bluffs in the perceived region, so I will not bluff this. Because I think if I bet big, he's going to fold too much overpairs. You probably have kings, jacks, type of hands super often here. Can I raise and jam as deep? Yeah, I'm gonna raise. I'm gonna raise not that big here. He can still have aces, but I don't think he will have aces too much in this size. Play more as a check or even a big bet. Yeah, multi-tanks, always kings and jacks. I'm gonna jam the river. And if it's a close call on the turn for him, the chances he's folding this on the river are pretty high. So I'm always going to jam. He fold. I think he fold over pairs. I don't see any other hands that make sense in this line. That's also why I'm calling it a bit more deep, because you can put more pressure compared to 100 deeps. It folds this type of range a bit more. I'm going to ISO 10-8 here against the rec. You can call this. I'm gonna check on the flop. And I need to bet here. I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna take the big size. No, I'm gonna bet smaller. I think the best line is I bet half pot, I bet a block here. Like half pot block is probably better than 3/4. I think they fall too much if I bet big here. And now I'm gonna block, let him bluff raise. I'm gonna bet 4 is fine, I think. 7s I'm going to call. I'm snap calling if you jump. I really think it's the best line. Yeah, fold. Okay. 7s when she bet half pot, I'm gonna raise. Not too big. I think 13 is fine. I'm gonna bet big on the turn. Not too big too, because I want him to fold. And we'll be at SPR lowers on 0.9, so I don't think they fold too much. So I'm gonna do something here. Is betting. Which sizing is the best? I'm gonna bet this size. Yeah. No, I'm never folding this. Yeah, of course. Of course. What do you think? No, I'm not folding 7s, but when he jams the turns, it's not. You're not doing well. You have 6 kings and aces. Or lose open against a recreational player. Yeah. I can think about it more. I don't think I'm folding here. Yeah, I mean, he can just have a7, can have pocket threes. I'm not folding, but better not to snap call and think he'll win this spot. 10-6 I'm calling. I will call on the turn. Too many random ends here. 6 is not the best to call with, but that's fine. Now I can jam. He has all the ace jack. Actually, he represents stronger hands than ace jack. But folds. Yeah, too many to pairs that will not fold against a jam. King 10 here. Here is small. I'm gonna call, but no, it's just the folds. Ace 8 here with ISO. Flop is king jack 10. I'm going to bet really small. Okay, ace 5 of ace 8 of diamond. I'm going to bet really big now. Not too big, but 11 is fine. Queen 4, he limp, check, turn, I'm gonna bet. And river, I'm gonna do massive size. So let's see if he calls. Oh, 5 is really bad. I'm gonna bluff now. It's one of the worst cards to bluff, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not a bluff here. I'll bluff probably all the cards, but not this one. Not the 10. I'm gonna bluff the ace, the king, the jack. Look at 10s here against 3 bets. I'm going to call. Okay, he called the 3 bets and lead. I'm gonna click. He's not going to fold ace jack ace 10, probably not king queen suited, and he might fold the jack 10 suited region. And if he doesn't fold, I'm fine. He's leading bluff too much. I prefer to make the pot bigger. I have the best 10. Gonna call 10s. So I have the best 10 here. I'm not going to call because I think when I call, he's not going to jam air. Like, it doesn't happen. So I don't want him to realize his equity. So I prefer to click actually. But he's not going to realize that much. Yeah, I'm gonna call. I like to click. I'll do it out of position because I don't want him to see any turn and river. I have the best 10. I'm gonna call. Don't have any 7 to play this way. Yeah, I know. Pocket 10s, I'm gonna check. Yeah, that's why I call. Usually I like to raise on the flop because I don't think they jam enough. But given the SPR and I'm the fact in position, and also that I block a lot of his outs, I think calling is actually better. But in some spot, because I never bluff the turn, you want to jam and deny his equity, but not on this one. That's why I call. And now with 10s, I lost. I can't bluff. I lost against queen. Should have bet this on the turn. I win against 9, but I think he has queens, kings, king jack too much, and he's folding this. So in explore, I should bet turn, bet river. Even with 10s, should bluff really high. And pull is over folding the turn against that here. Yeah, we're risking if you bluff too much, why calling to let him bluff? Just click. And see, one guy is bluffing against click, he's not going to fold. So it's probably better to play this way. Queen's going to call 4 bets. If he jams, I'm folding 120 dips. Okay, he call. That's what I call a good flop. I'm going to bet really small. King queen suited, I'm going to call. He fold. I don't want to check. Like, I just represent too much his queens and I see when he bet. Like, he's not going to bluff anyway. So I prefer to bet. Maybe I can bet smaller. So if he has 10s and 9s, can call more. Yeah. King queen always a fold. Queen 10 off is a call. Against an open. Facing a check. I'm gonna over bluff in this spot. Expect to win check folds. Okay, he call. Turn is interesting. I want to do something. I want to bet really big, and I'm gonna do something. I want to try. Maybe it's not great. I'm gonna bet really big on the turn. I'm just going to bet extremely big and try to make fold the ace of. It doesn't have that many 8 of hearts, so yeah, the goal is I can deny of values like sets auto pair, and on the river when he call, I can bet 10x spot and just make fold, not flush. Like, never do this, but it's really one specific scenario when you can do that. It doesn't have that many 8x of hurt, a lot of 8x of hurts. So I can represent that and bluff, and I have no bluffs, so I expect people to fold in spots. I like the side, and I don't think it's bluff enough, so why checking queen off first on the turn? So hope you liked the video. See you for the next one. Bye guys.